Hi and welcome to First Days with Johanna. I'm Johanna. I'm the creator behind Skew Yarns and Designs. And today we are yet again in my studio here in south of Sweden. This is where I dye up the yarn, create some patterns and bring some knitting happiness to you. Today will be socks again. I'm on a huge sock kick, and as I spill a little bit of the beans last episode, this summer will be all about socks. So I'm working like crazy to put everything together. And yeah, we will start with having a little bit of sock chat, and then I will dive into more about this summer activity over at Skew Facebook group. And the Facebook group is called Skew Knitting Academy, and you will find the link below, just like everything else I talk about. Now, as you might have seen on Instagram yesterday, my little pup Molly, she's the one in the back of the photo looking into the camera, she found my new pair of socks, or not my new pair, my husband's new pair of socks. She found one sock and it's not looking quite the same as it did before. So this lovely pair here, as you can see, it's quite a big sock. It's not something that I whip up in a couple of hours. It's a big sock. It have patterning going all over it. It's the Nollfällsviken socks by Yarnesty. They are only available over at Nordic Knitting Society at the moment, and only in Swedish. I did this as a test knit for her, and the yarn is a hand-dyed opal sock yarn that I haven't succeeded at recreating yet, so we'll see what will happen. But she got a hold of the second sock, or the other sock, and now we have a little bit of thing happening up here. This side looks pretty nice otherwise, but we have something here on the toe. There's a big hole and two more under the foot. Let's just say that I was not so happy when I saw this, and I was quite mad both at my husband and on my puppy, because my husband apparently left them somewhere where she could snag them, but she also shouldn't be doing this. So it wasn't the best of evenings. Yeah, I'm still thinking that I will try to mend these somehow. I don't have anything left of the yarn, so I will have to put in some other color and do the best I can. I haven't looked at him too closely yet because I don't want to rip anything more than it should. So they won't look as nice as they did before, I'm sure of that, but yeah, they will definitely need some attention, because the socks got worn like 2 times maybe. No, 1 time. I don't think they even went through the washer yet. So 1 time, and then like this, and I can't really, yeah. As I said last week, it hurts to throw away stuff that you did make by yourself. And socks takes forever for some reason for me. No, they don't. But in this case, it felt like it because it's a very big sock. But I can't. I don't have any yarn, so I cannot just go ahead and knit a new one. I will have to mend it somehow. I will have to be quite inventive, I think, to figure this out. But yeah, you will see hopefully next week or the week after that what happened to the sock. I'm really planning to do something about it today or tomorrow, so let's see how it will work out. But Molly is back in good graces again. most of the time. She is still a puppy. She still finds things that he shouldn't be finding and stuff like that. But yeah, she's cute. Okay. Now, that was the biggest thing that happened this week, and the biggest emotional thing, I think. Yeah, onto some actual knitting. Well, I have just been knitting on 2 pairs of socks, and 1 pair I can't even show you. It's still in this knitting bag. I've told you that the color is deep teal blue, and it's a test knit for Yarnesty, and it will be going up to Nordic Knitting Society beginning of June. So it's still in work in progress. I've only made it to the first sock. I'm knitting the same size as I did on these, so it's really big socks that I'm test knitting for Anna, and I'm working my way through. So yeah, you will see them when they are published, I promise you, just as you did with the last ones. Now, the thing that I actually can show you that I've been knitting on, it's these 2. You remember them from last week, maybe? This is the new skew colorway called Dive. And for some reason I had one hank that was a little bit bluer than the other ones. The other ones are more like this, like variegated with blues and greens and much softer or lighter. You can see the other one is more blue. But when I planned to knit my pattern Rakt Spår, that is at the moment only available in Swedish, and that will change in the coming month, but at the moment only Swedish. But that didn't work out so good, because when I started to stripe them, there wasn't that big of a difference. I've actually striped here, and they blend together that much that you can't really see a difference. You can't see this clear lines that you should be able to in order to get a good straight ahead or Rakt Spår. It's, yeah, they will be called straight ahead when they are released in English. So I took another pattern of mine, still a simple repeat with only 2 patterning rows, and you repeat them for a while and you end up with a sock that has broken rib on the top here. So this is a pattern called Röra or Hot Mess. That will also be coming in English in the coming month, but at the moment only available in Swedish. So this will be my sample for that pattern in English. I have them in yellow since before, so but just to make sure that everything aligns and everything works the way it should in the English description as well, I'm knitting them again. And yeah, it might be hard to see that there are a little bit of structure here going on, and it's a broken rib pattern that you do. And these socks, both of these patterns are a pattern that is, oh, just one more row because something else will happen, just one more row because something else will happen, just one more row. And by the end of it, when you look at it and just go, wow, I'm actually made a few centimeters, because it's, oh, just one more row. I will just do this one, and then, so I find them to go quite quick, and I really like the simpleness of them, because it's not that big chart that you need to remember, or that big pattern that you need to remember. Simple stitches, and they just work as a dream. So yeah, I will link both patterns below. At the moment only Swedish. They will come in English, and if you're interested before, or if you're interested to hear when they come in English, then please go follow me on Instagram or on Facebook, and you will get a notification about that. Or if you're really interested, send me a DM or an email and I will put you onto the waiting list for them. But these are my socks that will be coming out in English in June. Not so much more to say about these, more than it's my two favorite knitting or sock knitting patterns that I designed. There are other ones and I quite like them too, but for my designs, these two are my absolute favorite and I keep going back to them. And for some reason I brought this one out and I'm not really sure what's in. Oh no, I know what's in here. I actually worked on a third pair of socks. I worked on this sock when I was at the fair in Kloster. And I got quite a bit done because, yeah, that's the way when it's not just a knitting market or fair. This was a general market fair and I actually did some sock knitting. This is made out of Skew Yarns number 2 in the colorway Mint Chocolate. And I have some patterning going up here on the side of the foot, and I can really see where I changed my gauge, but never mind. They will be for my son, and he will grow out of them before he wear them out. So they will work for my daughter later on, and for the moment, this is how they look. I've knitted toe up with this zigzag patterning from Traveling Stitches. And I put in a fleagle heel because that is something that I could do on the go. I don't have to think too much about it. And I'm actually started to work a little bit of patterning here as well. So you have a little bit of patterning coming into the zigzags. That will happen like on the outside of the leg. But you can't really see it. It's a purl stitch pattern and I've done only like 2 or 3 rows. So more of that will show up later on. Yeah, these are super fun to knit too. A little bit more involved than the other 2 patterns because you have more details going on, but I really like them. I've been working them on fairs and markets and stuff like that. So I think I cast on when standing on a Christmas market, and now we're in May and I'm still working on my first sock. That's the way it is. They don't get as much attention as they should, but hey, it's a half sock. So soon they too will be done, I think. I think they will be a pattern too, so I will get a crank on with that one after I finished my blue sock, and that will be a pattern coming later on, maybe July, if I'm fast with it, so I can have someone test knit too. I won't say too much. Let's just hope for the best for that one. That is all of the pairs of socks that I've been working on. I don't know, some subconscious level thought that I needed to bring that third sock to, and apparently I worked a lot of it once I remembered what was in the bag. Yeah, those were all the knitting projects for this week, but for this week I will also talk about the summer knit along that will happen in the Facebook group Skew Knitting Academy. Now, during the summer, there will be something called Skew Sock Program. And Skew Sock Program, it's actually a program where you get to set your own knitting goals regarding socks. So you can put goals like, I want to try this new heel, or I want to knit 5 pairs of socks during the summer, or I want to knit a sock out of this particular yarn, or I want to knit, yeah, you get to decide. So once I open the knit along, you put in your goal or your goals, in the comments. And we share each other on, we show some progress, we do some fun things. There will be some mini challenges and events, and there will be prizes at the end when we see if you actually fulfill your goal. And there will be some more things happening in the Facebook group during the summer. So if you're not a member yet, click the link and send in a membership request. And if you're there, go find your way to the group and turn on notifications so you will see when we open the knit along. And I really hope to see you all participate in the knit along during the summer. It will be so fun. And since there aren't any rules about how much you need to do, you can set your own rules and make it achievable for your own, and we will be there to support you and to share you on. And if you need any help during the summer, just reach out and we will do our best to do something. And I will share some tips and tricks, and even starting in like 2 weeks time, you will get a sneak out. Let's see, 2 weeks time. Then we're almost in June. So maybe that will be for kicking off the challenge. You will get a new grafting technique that I learned. Kind of fun, a little bit different, and absolutely worth trying out. So stay tuned for that one, but I won't come on in like 2 weeks time. Now you will get a bit of a studio vlog where I fill out all these yarns, or bring them back up again after the market that I was. Not all of them, but most of them you will see. And that will be the end of today. So thank you all for watching. Happy knitting, and see you next week. Bye!